Hi, you guys. My name is Genesis Viviana Cheveria. I wanted to put myself out there to you guys. I have epilepsy. I was diagnosed when I was 12 years old, and I have I had it and I have it still, but my parents are separated. I live currently with my mother right now, and at that time when I had my first seizure, I was living with my father, and my father heard me choking, and he he ran next to me, and I was having a seizure. But at that time, we didn't know what it was, and my sister was in her room, and my brother too, and I was having the seizure, and my father was yelling my sibling's name, and I was laying down on the couch, and after I was done having the seizure, sorry you guys if I get emotional, but it's hard talking about this. My father had heard me having the seizure, but at the end, when I was done having it, my father had thought that I had passed, because he didn't hear me. He was yelling my name, and I couldn't respond, because when you have a seizure, at the end of having one, sometimes you can't talk or you go out of it. My father was yelling my name, and I wasn't responding, and he started yelling to my siblings, and he was yelling my name to call me. And after a while, I was done having the seizure, and when he was calling my name, my father started hugging me, and after he was calling me, I couldn't respond right away, but after that, I responded, and I told my father that I was okay, but we didn't know that I had a seizure until my sister came out, because she worked with kids at that time, and she helped with the YMCA for the kids, and she had told my father that I just had a seizure, and my father told my sister to let's go to the hospital, and I ended up getting ready to go to the hospital. I had called my mother to let her know that I was going to the hospital, because she was living in LA, and at that time I was living in Palm Springs with my father, and I called my mom, and my older sister and my third older sister were living in LA with my mother at that time, and I ended up going to the hospital. My mom told me that she was gonna go to the hospital to meet us over there, and I honestly was in the hospital for a while, couple of hours. My mom had got there, and my mom came to the back, and they told my mother and my father, and they were talking to them, they were doing a lot of x-rays and things like that to see what was wrong with me. And I was telling my mom and my father that I wanted to see my uncle, and they had called my uncle for me to come to the hospital, because I was with my uncle, and I still am, but I had told my father and my mom that I wanted my uncle, and my uncle ended up going to the hospital, and my uncle came in the back, and my uncle started hugging me and I started crying because I didn't know at that time what was going on until they pulled my parents aside and my uncle aside to tell them that I was diagnosed with seizures. And it's hard having epilepsy because you don't really get to do a lot of things. You don't get to do a lot of things because your family's worried about you. They don't want you to hurt yourself or anything, but I want to put myself out there to let you guys know that you guys are not alone, whoever has epilepsy or who has a relative that's going through it, because it's something that a lot of people don't understand what you go through. Because when a person's having a seizure, kids make fun of you or adults, or they look at you like they're, what the heck is going on? But a lot of people don't know that. They just think that you're crazy and stuff. But the only thing that I just want to put out there is just that help somebody that you see a person having a seizure or something else, help them. Because once you think about it, you feel that you did something great. And a lot of people just have to do like certain things. And I had a bunch of seizures back then, but I still have them, but not as often how I used to. And the last time I had 5 seizures, and I was in my room by myself, and my mother was getting ready to go to work, and my sister, she was at the house, and she told my mom to tell me to come into her room, and I ended up going to her room, and I ended up having another seizure in her room, and I had 4 seizures in my sister's room, and my sister called my second older sister, called my third older sister to let her know what was going on, in case I had another seizure, to call the ambulance. And I ended up having another seizure, so I had 4 in total at my house. My sister told my other sister to call the ambulance, and she ended up calling the ambulance, and my sister went with me to the hospital, and I had the 5th one in the ambulance. And a lot of people just say thank you to the ambulance, like what they did in the ambulance, but for me, I feel great because I do certain things for people that makes me feel better. I had went last time to the fire station that had helped me with my seizures when I had my 5th one in the ambulance. I went to their station, and I was thankful for that, because I thank them because a lot of people don't thank them. They don't really go to the fire station, or they don't help them out. But yeah, like how I was saying, I was in the ambulance, and then I ended up having the seizure, and I was rushed to the hospital, and it was hard because a lot of people just, I'm thankful for my family, because my family understands what I'm going through in certain ways, because it might be hard on them, but at the same time, you have family that support you, and you have friends that support you. I still talk to one of my best friends since 3rd grade, and I talk to her. She's my best friend. She's been with me through having my seizures since middle school and through high school. I was bullied a lot in high school. One time I had one in one of my classes, and I ended up having a seizure. And my best friend called my sister that I was having a seizure, and my best friend, she had helped me because I had fell down, and she told the teacher that I was having a seizure, but the teacher didn't really say anything, and he didn't help as much. But my best friend called my sister, and I'm thankful for my best friend because she has helped me through so much with having my seizures and being there for me. And I had lost a lot of friends, and honestly, you can only your family and your true friends support you, and that's what matters. And I honestly thank the firemen and the paramedics that helped me, because honestly, it feels great when you do something for them, and that's what I'm thankful for, because I feel like I could rely on them, and I could rely on my family, and I could rely on my best friend, on my best friend and my friends. And just the only person that you could really thank is God for helping, and just helping you with this, and yeah, your family and your friends too, but the only person that you could really thank is God, because I had so much seizures when I was younger, and now I don't have them how I used to. And I just want to put myself out there to let you guys know, just to help a person. If you see somebody that's hurt, or you see somebody that's upset or sad, talk to that person. Don't be scared. Don't be shy to talk to somebody, because a lot of family are going probably through the same thing as I am, that have a relative or a friend that has epilepsy. And I have 3 sisters and 1 brother from my mother's side, and I have 1 brother from my dad's side, and then I have 3 sisters from my dad's side too, plus me. That makes 9 of us in total. And I have nieces and nephews from my dad's side, and 1 nephew from my mom's side, my sister. And I just want to put myself out there to let you guys know that don't be scared to do something that you really love, and to help people. And if you have epilepsy, comment down below what you feel like, and just know that you're not alone out there. My name is Genesis,